So one of the reasons you might want to stain or dye ash to be totally black is that it has a very open grain. You're going to still see the wood grain through the black, which is a really cool effect. It's not just looking like black plastic, but it actually looks like black wood. So I'm going to demonstrate one way that you can do that right here. So to demonstrate on this board and make it black, I'm going to use two products. First is a black dye, and second is actually a black stain. It might seem like overkill to use two products that are basically the same color, but there's actually a reason for both of them. I've separated this board into three parts with a kerf mark. This side is going to get dye, this side is going to get stain, and the middle here is going to get both. This way we'll be able to make a comparison to see how they work together.
Okay, let's start off by applying the dye. This is Solar Lux Jet Black Dye. It's a pre-mixed dye and alcohol based, so it dries quickly. This applies really easily. You just flood it on with a rag, wait a couple minutes, and if you still see some lap marks or if it's not dark enough, just apply it one more time. When the dye dries in just a few minutes, the color is going to appear kind of flat, but that's okay. Your clear top coat will darken it up. So in this other end of the board, we're going to apply a black stain. This is called Spanish Oak by Old Masters, and it just happens to be a very black stain. And you just wipe it on, give it a few minutes, and then wipe it off. And for a little perspective here, this side of the board just has the stain. And then this left side over here has the dye and the stain. Once the stain is dried for about 5 minutes, go ahead and start wiping it off, and you should clearly see the difference. And this is also a very good demonstration of the difference between dye and stain. As you can see, the stain actually just gets lodged into the pores and doesn't color the surface wood very well, whereas dye actually colors the surface wood nicely. So here's the end with just the dye alone. When you take a closer look, you'll see that dye actually doesn't reach down deep into the pores, and it's only augmented here because this is a black dye on a very light wood. Of course, if you're comfortable with this look, you can stop here and move on to your top coat. However, here's the section that's got black dye and then a coat of black stain, and it does a very nice job of coloring both the surface wood and down deep into the pores. And that's all there is to it. Once this dries, it's ready for a lacquer, polyurethane, or varnish to finish it off.